Welcome to San Diego Market Movers Question of the Week. I'm your host, Valley, and I get to sit with Sarah. Welcome.
Hi.
I'm so excited because we just talked a little bit off camera about the question of the week, which is San Diego just lifted the moratorium for rental properties. So how do you think that's going to, first of all, what does that mean and how is it going to affect the market moving forward?
Yeah, absolutely. So there was a temporary ban on no-fault evictions, and it expired on September 30th. So let's talk about what a no-fault eviction is. So a fault eviction means you didn't pay rent or you violated the lease in some way. Those evictions were still happening. The no-fault evictions is what was temporarily banned. So that means if a landlord wants to move into their house, they couldn't get the tenants out for that reason.
Oh, okay.
They couldn't withdraw a property from the rental market. They couldn't get a tenant out because they wanted to sell the property.
Okay.
All of those things were temporarily not happening. So as of now, you can remove your property for a rental market. And if you need to go to an eviction because of that, that's allowed as of this moment. So what does this mean for San Diego?
Right.
It's hard to say, now we're predicting the future, but we have to assume that this is going to free up some rental properties, that there's going to be turnover, right? That some landlords are going to decide this is my moment to take my tenants out, sell my property, fix up my property, move into my property, whatever it is. So we should see some turnover and more rental properties temporarily coming on the market. And we know that it's extremely difficult to find a rental right now. So I think it's just going to be a temporary more inventory and that'll get eaten up. At the same time, as you have tenant turnover, that's a great opportunity for landlords to increase the rent as well. So whether they decide to do a remodel in the interim and then raise rent or just bring rent up to market value, we are expecting to see some rents increase because of this.
And usually there's like a delay, right, from what is going on in the market, the changes in the laws or rates or programs or whatever. It takes like consumers some time to adjust to that. And so I think probably agree with you that it's going to happen so fast we won't really know.
Exactly. That's what I think too, is that we'll see some people getting out of their places, moving into new places, and then the places they were at come on the market, get rented immediately, and then
especially in San Diego, it's like the turnover.
Exactly. There's so much demand for rentals here, so I am definitely expecting it to kind of be a temporary thing. On the other hand, as someone who owns a property, it gives you a little bit more encouragement to rent your property. It's stressful saying, hey, I might want to rent my house for a year or two temporarily, especially with what's going on in the housing market. As a seller, you may decide, hey, I think I'm just going to rent my house for a year. Well, when this no-fault eviction ban was going on, you can't just rent your house for a year because once the people are moving there, you can't just kick them out.
Right.
I mean, at one point, you had to give 6 months notice that you were going to remove the house from the rental market.
Right. And I heard so much hesitation from people buying an investment property or like, I'm going to sell my investment property as soon as I can.
Right.
But now that that's gone, it's a little different. You're back to the old ways.
Exactly. So it's going to give a little bit more confidence to people who want to become landlords and rent their properties. So I think that's good just for us to get more rental properties as well. So I personally, as a landlord, am in favor of, these loosening of the restrictions a little bit and trying to get back to kind of an equilibrium market. So we'll see what happens.
I love that you bring that up. That's so great. I didn't even think about that side of things. So
yeah.
That's awesome. All right, Sarah, you're so smart. You have so much great input. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Yes,
that was so fun.
Yes. Thank you guys for watching.